Hi, everyone. My name's Britain Cline, Ad Sales Manager of Scuba Diving Industry Magazine, and welcome to this week's edition of Marketing Minutes.
And I'm William Cline, publisher and co-producer of this show with Britain here. If you're a dive company out there listening or watching this video cast, I guess you call it,
I
right?
guess you
Yeah,
could call it that. I guess the
broadcast.
kids are saying that.
Reach out to us and let us know. We'd love to get you on the show. So, Britain, who do we have here with us today?
Yes, our special guest this week is Lita Davis, CEO and founder of Lita's All Natural Insect Repellent. Lita, welcome to the show.
Thanks for inviting me. Glad to be here.
Thanks for joining us today, Lita. We really appreciate it. Britain, I can't wait to hear about this week's company and guests. So,
Absolutely. I'm very, very excited. So, Lita, without further ado, we can just jump right into it. Would you mind telling us a little bit about your business and maybe what inspired you to start it?
Well, we started traveling to Roatan, Honduras in the late 90s. And I'm originally from San Diego, where the insects are very minimal, but the ones that we do have, I know I'm allergic to.
Right.
So when we got to Roatan, I got eaten alive by the no-see-ums. And we would still go on trips because the diving was so wonderful. But I couldn't find a product that would stop all the bites. If I get one bite, I'm living on Benadryl.
Right.
So I finally started experimenting with essential oils because I couldn't find anything over the counter. And it took a lot of experience and like a lot of experiments. And every time we went back to Roatan, I would take a new blend, see how it worked. And after a lot of trial and error, I finally found one that prevented all the bites. It treated any bites I got before I had a chance to put it on, and it didn't stain my clothes. And so I started sharing it with my friends and other guests at the resort that I saw suffering from insect bites, and they encouraged me to start marketing it. So my first product was my green label. And so this has only 3 ingredients. Everything comes from plants. There is nothing synthetic. There's no DEET. There's no man-made products in here. Everything is plant-based. And this product prevents and treats bites. And so that was my go-to product. And when I finally started going into business and going to trade shows, people were either allergic to the tea tree oil or the patchouli. And so I made a second product, and that's this one. And it has like a lemony scent. It does very well in preventing bites, but it does not have what you need to treat the bites. So I have both products work very well in preventing bites. I use them both. And if I'm going to be in like a lot of mixed company, I will use this one because it has more like a lemony scent. This one, it has the patchouli scent, which reminds you of the 60s, like the musk oil back then. So people either love it or they hate it,
Right.
But, so I have 2 for people to pick from. And then as I was in business, I started off with like the plastic bottles, and they're spray bottles. There's nothing aerosol.
Right.
And when I started hearing about countries no longer allowing plastic bottles into their country, I immediately switched to aluminum bottles. So everything is refillable, everything is recyclable. So I'm trying to keep my carbon footprint down, for the world. And then from the ingredients that I make with the insect repellents, I've developed candles. And so
cool.
That's incredible.
Wow.
you can use them for room fresheners or to keep the insects out of your house, or you can use them outside if you don't feel like putting insect repellent on. Just take one of these, put them on the table with you, and you're good to go. So people, campers use them, hikers, people going on boats. Anyone who's an outdoor enthusiast, loves the product. And what's really nice is that I've been in business now for 7 years. Even though I started experimenting back in the early 2000s or late 90s, I finally went into business about 7 years ago.
Well,
That's amazing.
I could have used it this weekend. This Saturday,
Yeah.
I was in Bimini in the Bahamas, shark diving with hammerheads and tiger sharks at Neil Watson's Bimini operation over there on our annual Virgin Cruises. By the way, you're invited. Anybody listening to this, we do an annual trip. When we started the first year, Neil Watson, the Dives God, is the one that kicked this off. I know it has nothing to do really, but it is tangent to this because we could bring it next time this trip.
Definitely.
We do a 4-night cruise out of Miami where we go to Key West, and the second day we go to Bimini where we get to go diving on a special charter that's arranged for all of our Scuba Diving Industry Magazine people. And we had such a great time. So, Lita, we could just sure use it this week. Your products sound truly unique and amazing, right, Britain?
Definitely.
But let's talk a little bit about the industry.
Yeah. Lita, so As you know, we've got a lot of dive retailers and instructors and even resorts who enjoy watching. So maybe what's the benefit of your products and services for your distributors and your wholesalers as
Yeah,
well?
that's a good question since there's so many shops out there.
Definitely.
And we even have clients
Like
that are
now,
advertisers from Roatan, right?
Definitely.
Barefoot Key and Abagari, right? And
Absolutely.
they should be stocking this if they aren't already. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, Anthony's Key Resort stocks it. Kokovu Resort does.
Oh,
Turquoise
good.
Bay does.
Incredible.
And so whenever someone's writing me saying, "Hey, I don't have time to order it. I'm going to Roatan. Where can I go?" and I tell them to go to resorts that typically carry it down there.
That's
Well, that's a
fantastic.
great marketing and branding thing too. Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
wonderful. Are they listed on your website anywhere as distributors?
No, no, I don't have that listed there because it's constantly changing all the time. And I could do that, but I don't have it on there right now because what's really interesting is I don't just tailor to dive resorts or regions. Like I have a distributor in Bonaire, but I also tailor to like camping stores,
Oh,
like
wow.
Gearhead
Yeah.
Definitely.
Outfitters. They're located in multiple states across the United States, and they just picked up my product. So a lot of camping stores carry it and outdoor, companies that tailor to the
Right.
outdoor enthusiast. So it's
So,
not just the diving industry, but the diving industry was my first go-to when I started my business.
so if you're a
Definitely.
resort out there,
And
you're a liveaboard, you're a retailer in the tropics, or you got groups you're going to shop with. Every dive shop takes a group to the tropics.
Get in touch
You
with
should get in
Lita.
touch with her. Go to her website. Lita, what's your website?
it's litasallnatural.com. And then on the homepage, that will direct the distributors and wholesalers to their website, which is litasallnaturalproducts.com. And you can set up an account right away and start ordering. And so I make it really flexible. Like some people will say, I don't like ordering online. Can I just email you what I would like? And
Yeah.
I
Right.
answer that way also. So I try to make it as easy as possible for the businesses.
That's
So sometimes even
fantastic.
like over the phone, and then I'll send them an invoice, and they can pay it the invoice. And so the nice thing about the wholesalers and distributors is they get free shipping, with a minimum order of
Wow.
$100,
That's
which
great.
That's
is really easy
fantastic.
to meet.
That's great.
So even like distributors get it too, which is unheard of. But they both get, free shipping. They both have a great opportunity of making a profit, like moving up the chain, and uh, what's really nice is like my product has like a minimum shelf life of 2 years. I have one customer.
Oh, wow.
She said she remembers when I was walking the trade shows and showing my people my product over 7 years ago, and she still has my product, and it still
Wow.
works.
Wow.
But what's really important is that you keep it out of the sun, keep it out of direct heat, and it's going to last you a long time. And so the real key about this product is all you have to do is spray it and spread it on exposed skin. If you just spray it and walk out the door, you're still going to get bit. It's just like the spray sunscreens. If
Right.
you just spray walk out the door, you're still going to get a sunburn, or get sun poisoning. And so, but what's really nice about the product is like besides the 2 year shelf life, each application lasts 6 hours. Most
Oh, wow.
competitors are like anywhere from 2 to 4
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah. Or you have
So
to
whether you're
reapply
treating it
every.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I was saying, or you would have to reapply, or
Does it wash off in the water
yeah, yeah.
usually?
Yeah. So I'm sorry?
Does it wash off like
Oh,
after your dive, or do you have to reapply, of course, after you go diving?
not really, because these
Just
are all
oil, right?
oils from
Yeah.
plants.
Oh, that's
They're oils from
fantastic.
plants. So really the very first time you're using is like when your body is going to be abusing the most. So you don't need much. Once you have uniform coverage, you're protected. You don't need to add, like more is not better. But if you do apply too much, all you have to do is just wipe off the excess.
Oh, that's
So if
fantastic.
you're going to be
Wow.
like an avid diver, like going out, then I would recommend putting on in the morning before you leave your house,
Right.
and then after lunch, and definitely at sunset when all the insects are, out and about and looking for dinner, which is
Great,
you.
great
You know,
advice.
so
Absolutely.
Well, thank you
Absolutely.
so much. Real quick, I do have one last question. Are there any other organizations that you partner with or collaborate with to help expand your reach
Nice
and the
question.
impact of your products?
I do like people that are taking groups on dive trips or camping excursions. I will tell them that they automatically qualify for my wholesale prices, and so I give them that benefit. They also get the free shipping, and I do partner with like Dive Pirates and Dive Heart.
Oh,
I'm
that's
a
a great
big
Dive Heart
supporter
is
of
organization.
great. Yeah.
anybody
Dive
who
Heart's
helps
great.
people that
Yeah.
are the disabled or the military. Anyone, or they're trying to help them recover by teaching them scuba diving. So, but even like, the outdoor like scouting activities, when
Yeah.
they have like the disabled that are trying to help, and I don't just help them by giving lower prices, I give it to them.
Oh, that's
That's
wonderful.
fantastic.
So
That's great.
Wow.
it's a donation to them. And so it's basically, it's a win-win. Like, it's helping out their customers. It's free advertising for me. And, so it's a win-win,
That's great.
And I don't want to have anybody experience like what I did. I think the highest counted insect bites I had was 100.
Oh my
And so we
goodness.
started having fun by drawing constellations on me.
Right.
Well, Lita, thank you so much for being on our show. And Britain, we're down to less than 200 days to DEMA.
Getting close.
So,
We're
Lita,
getting
I assume
close.
you're going to be at the DEMA show in force, like anybody should be in this industry, right? And we look forward
And
to
I'll
seeing
also
you
be
there.
And I'll be at the Scuba Show in Long Beach.
That's right. We got Scuba
We'll
Show
see
in
you
just a
at
couple
Long
weeks.
Beach.
We're going to be in Long Beach
Yes,
too. We'll
ma'am.
see you out there. It'd be great to hang out
awesome.
with you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I would look forward to it.
well, we look forward to seeing you in just a couple weeks. Britain, who do we got queued up for next week? It's on the other side of the planet, as I recall. Discuss.
Absolutely. So next week, our guest is going to be Simon Doherty, sales and marketing manager for Voli Voli Beach Resort, and we'll be talking and chatting with him about taking dive trips to Fiji.
Yeah, that's going to be a great interview.
It'll be fantastic.
He's a cool dude, and he's a nice guy, and they have a big dive operation there. So thanks again, Lita. This has been so much fun, and we loved having you on the show. And I think we made the whole live broadcast
I think we did it.
uninterrupted.
I
This
think
is
we
like
made it.
a record,
This
Britain.
is
Good job.
this is a
Really.
special
Thank you, Lita.
edition.
You're part of the special club. Thanks again, everybody.
But when you have your next trip, you look me up. I'll
You know,
send you some
we
product
will.
your
You know what?
way.
We will,
We
because
will.
I would actually like to get a bottle. And we have a dive site here called the Athens Scuba Park.
Yep.
That's about an hour and a half from our house, and we're going to go out there. In fact, next month to do some diving. It'd be
Yep.
cool to have some of this stuff.
Love to take it on a trial
we'll,
run.
We'll give it a trial run. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Lita. Thanks
Okay,
for
I'll
joining
send
us.
some your way.
We'll see everybody next Monday, 1:00 Central.
Central Time.
Right. Be there for
Be
Marketing
there
Minutes.
for Marketing Minutes.
Thanks again.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.